some rares.
That's freaking terrible.
But we'll work hard to solve the format.
7 wins.
And I'm sure we'll make it there.
All right, what's up, my friends? Welcome to Bronze to Mythic, the show where we draft my account from Bronze to Mythic, and we're hard stuck in Platinum. Episode 14, Draft 14. Like, comment, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Hit that button, hit that bell, support the content, appreciate it. And yeah, so far we've had a little bit of a wall here, honestly. I do feel like I'm pretty behind in the format, but the only way to get ahead is to just get into your games and play. So let's try and figure it out. Brothers War Draft, definitely been interesting, and we've been floating a bit, definitely. And let's see if we can't pull it together and get one done. Back to basics. Back to basics might be the path. So let's go. All right, let's do this. Let's do this with Thanos the Toy Maker. It's pretty fun. All right, so open up our pack. Reminder of the numbers you see are the address with overlay. Download it for free. Untap.gg. Use my link in chat or in the YouTube description. Helps your drafts, helps you track your collection, track your games. Awesome. Check it out. Not a great pack here, honestly. We've got an Opportunist, which is pretty solid as far as a way to make Power Stones. You know, you can get the old Vermin, Strong Bull. I like Scrap Trawler a lot. I'm a pretty big fan of this card, honestly. It's really, really good with all the Mystical Archive artifacts, Mishra's Bauble, Chromatic Star, Elsewhere Flask, etc. Opportunist is great, but I think we're pretty happy with Trawler here. It's just a colorless card. Yeah, just take Trawler. Note that we're passing Opportunist, and not a lot else, honestly. It's a pretty weak pack overall. So take the Trawler, and we'll keep our eyes out for Chromatic Star and Mishra's Bubble and all sorts of effects. Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Wow.
We get past a Skitter Beam Battalion, which is a pretty awesome card, honestly. It's 5 mana for 3 2/2s with haste, or a big, huge top-end card. We also see a Quicksilver Amulet. It's not very good. Suspir, Unleash Shell. An uncommon was taken. And it wasn't a Mystical Archive card. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not sure what uncommon you take over Skitter Beam, but Skitter Beam seems pretty good. So, let's get the old Skitters going. And note that we're passing a Suspir, a Disenchant, an Unleash Shell. Nothing really crazy we're passing, honestly. Another, like, pretty basic pack. So the copies have mana value, so they would have mana value of 5 for a Trawler. All right, Soldier Lord, maybe force soldiers could be a thing, possibly. So, all right, Trawler to Skitter Beam, and you get past the pack with Ichor Wellspring, which is pretty sweet. Disfigure, Subjugation, and yes, this. I think we're just gonna keep it open here, honestly. Like, this is obviously a red card. We could play it, in theory, in a non-red deck if we're playing a bunch of Power Stones, but Wellspring's pretty solid. Disfigure is great. I would say Disfigure is probably a little better than Wellspring is, but it's committing to a color where Wellspring does not. Yeah, I'm probably thinking Wellspring here. Subjugation, Scrapsmith, these are all like okay cards, but yeah, I think Wellspring. Obviously a super solid card. Wants us to be sacrificing stuff, which is great because it's a good Trawler anyway, so take Wellspring. And get past the pack with a Scrapwork Cohort, which is one of the best commons in the set. Cohort's obviously excellent. Moment of Defiance, Razor Maw, Mightstone's Animation. I'm sorry, that's the wrong card. Mightstone's obviously very good with the Wellspring, but yeah, it's a pretty easy Cohort, I think. Just a really, really good card. Even if you're not flashing it back, it's just like a fine card. Double Artifact. Also, Airlift Chaplain, which is like fine. Chaplain's pretty good with our Trawler. Not a lot else going on here. I think this card's pretty terrible, honestly. I'm surprised LSC ranked it so high. Yeah, Cohort's great. So, again, not really a white pick, but could be white. All right, so, wow. A 5th pick Junkyard Genius. This card is insane. Really, really powerful Signpost uncommon for like black-red, sacrifice the artifact stuff, which plays really well with Wellspring and Trawler and Skitter Beam. That's a really, really good sign. Card's really good, let's tell you. We got a Prospector here, Soul Guide Lantern, Blast Runner is kind of cool. Lesson's kind of cool. But yeah, this is a pretty easy Junkyard. If Junkyard wasn't here, I might just take the Lantern and just keep the colorless stuff going. But yeah, staying open and finding Junkyard Genius is pretty awesome for us. All right, Sigil of Valor, Disenchant. Another Stern Lesson, but I think we want to be black-red, probably. We could take Stern Lesson just to stay open here. Wellspring, Junkyard, Trawler, Cohort, Battalion. I think Lesson's better than Rock is, despite the rankings. Sigil of Valor, Disenchant, Alter. Yeah, I'll take Stern Lesson here. I feel like we're not going to... I would like to be black-red, you know, but there's no good black-red cards here, so... Take Stern Lesson. That's a pretty late research desk, which is awesome. This card's very, very good. Just a little bit of card draw, artifact synergy, graveyard synergy, etc., etc. We have an Infiltrator, which is whatever, a Demon, which is whatever. It's 2 reasonable black 2-drops, honestly, which is a good sign for us. But desk it is. Desk is also very, very good with the Trawler, so... Take the desk. Self-Assembler. Pretty fun card, honestly. 5-drop, you can go get an assembly worker. Which the can get itself or can get the Urzatron creatures. Recommission, a rock. Rock is pretty good, honestly. But blue does seem pretty open as well. It could be like blue-red. Let's take the rock. Rock in it. Rock in it. Rock in it. It does seem like red isn't that open. Also, the problem with taking a gold card like this, like 5th or 6th, is like it looks like black-red is open, but one of those colors might not be open. So it could be a false signal. So Scatter Ray. I mean, Big Idiot. Gigaball is kind of whatever. I'll take Scatter Ray here. It's fine. So leaning into blue. Disenchant Tables, Coastal Bulwark, and Tower Worker. So yeah, it looks like blue is pretty open. I don't mind Bulwark at all. There's a late Disenchant too, but I feel like we're not, you know, I don't think we want to be white, really. I guess it's just a better card. I'll take Disenchant, sure. So we're just like staying really open here. We're just like figure out where we want to go, stay open. So Scrapsmith, which is pretty good. Our deck's pretty artifact-y. So maybe like another lesson too. Wow. All right. We definitely need some early defense. So like I'm kind of regretting the Disenchant over the Bulwark pick, honestly, but because we want to defend if we're going to be playing all these artifact-y, Power Stone-y things. But all right, pretty interesting back one, honestly. A lot of raw power, which is nice. Research desk, Disenchant. So we have like Disenchant. I'm probably not playing this card either way. Desynchronize. All right, it's pack 2. We open up Titania. Sure, that's fine. Not a great card anyway, honestly. So we got Titania here. We got another rock. We got Mishra's Jug, Stern Lesson, Unleash Shell. We are currently light on removal. Unleash Shell is not the best removal spell of all time, but it's certainly reasonable. By what point in the draft should you have your lane? Honestly, you can go pretty late in a format like this because there's so many colorless cards. Like, you know, we're definitely playing, you know, like Wellspring, Scrap Trawler, Scrapboard Cohort, Skitter Beam in our deck no matter what. So, like, where you go from there is kind of, you know, pretty flexible. Cliff Stomper's not really super ideal. There's a rock and a lesson. Fracture is kind of cool, but, like, I think we're pretty blue at this point. Black didn't seem open at all, and red didn't seem very open either, honestly. Shit. Take the removals. I don't actually know what to take here, honestly. I'll take the removal spell. I'm not really happy about it, though. I probably should have been the Juggernaut, actually, because I have multiple ways to cast it on turn 3. Probably should have been Jugs, but whatever. Combat Courier is pretty sweet. Tower Worker. Mine Worker. We have the Mine Breaker, which is kind of like just whatever. Defabricate, Burnished Heart. Take Courier here. Yeah, I should take the Jugs. Yeah, I agree. I just kind of like ran out of time, was talking through my stuff and whatever. Take Courier. We see an Urza Power Stone Prodigy, which is actually pretty good in this deck. We have multiple things to discard that are good value, and also ramping up to our big idiots is pretty cool too. Rager, Disfigure, Rust Goliath, Might. So pretty clear that blue's open, which is nice. There is a Rager and a Disfigure, which is pretty good, but I think blue is really, really open. Animation's a great card. We can get it later, I think. I want Urza here. Discard a Combat Courier, make a Power Stone, discard a Research Desk, etc. So I like Urza here. We'll definitely table a good card of this pack too, so take Urza. So like finding our lane, Third Path Savant, Dragon Engine's fine, honestly. Can block okay enough early. Decent mana sink. It's a fine card. We are power stoning pretty hard here. So looks like we're blue-red. Another Courier. A Mutt, a Courier, and a Bulwark. Wow. That'd be Mutt here. I definitely want to table the Courier or the Bulwark. Probably won't table the Courier, but the Bulwark's fine. Mutt's pretty good. Bark. Mask. Bitter Reunion. Nothing. I mean, Bitter Reunion's like, it's okay in this deck. It's not like particularly great. Mask of the Jade Crafter. We have no way to make other colors of mana for flashback, really. You know, Mask's pretty good in our deck. I'm thinking Mask. No other card here excites me that much. I don't think Bitter Reunion's like that good in our deck. It's not an artifact. And Mask can just be like, a creature that we can maybe get back later if we get some fixing. It's an artifact, makes an artifact. Get these white card out of here. Research Desk, Scatter Array. I don't think we're playing Scatter Array much. Lesson, Power Stone. Rust Goliath. Retrieval Agent, Recommission, Haywire Might, Arm. Man. Ugly pack. Maybe the red cards aren't really there. Maybe we want to be black a little bit. Like Weld's obviously fine. Nothing in this pack is particularly exciting. Wasn't really planning on being black. We only have one black card at the moment, but I think it's the best card in the pack, and everything else kind of sucks. So keep it open still. Scrap Trawler looking pretty good here. Weldon Trawler is cool, yeah. Cliff Stomper, another Rock, Mox Amber. Old Border Mox Amber, it's pretty fun. We do have an Urza. We do have one Legendary deck, but a second Rock is like, Rock's okay, but like it's kind of awkward. If you cast Rock off a Power Stone, it'd be insane, but yeah, I guess. And now we're back to our another lesson and another rock. Oh my god. There's definitely a limit on like how many of these cards you can play. I'll take the lesson. We do have like a number of good things to discard. Another Disenchant, a Defabricate, and a Tower Worker. Yeah, I don't really know what I'm gonna take here. I don't really want to play Tower Worker in my deck. Iconoclast would be great. That'd be a really, really good pickup. Our deck seems fine. I'm not like thrilled. Steel Exemplar is pretty cool if we end up being really heavy in one color. Archaeologist is like pretty good actually. It's kind of the early blocker we're looking for. Yeah, I think Archaeologist here. Okay, whatever. We're at 20. Bulwark tabled, sweet. We need that, honestly. Power Stones work for Exemplar. We already have big things. I think that having a 2-drop that can block is more important. We want to make sure we can stay alive. All right. Let's open a Worm Coil on pack 3. That's what I'm calling. One Worm Coil engine, please. How about Brushland instead? All right, so we have Doctor Mechanic, and we have Scrapwork Cohort, and a Mutt, and a Courier. So pretty good pack. I think it's Doctor Mechanic because it's just like really, really good card. We have a lot of card draw, which is great, and it's also 2-drop, which is excellent. So hopefully we'll table Courier, Mutt, or Cohort, which is probably likely. This pack's pretty good. Take Mechanic. Keening Stone, Mishra's Foundry, Loran, and then nothing. We do have the Disenchant, so I think being blue-white is actually not insane. It does make the Skitter Beam a lot worse, though. Mishra's Foundry is pretty sweet. Infantry is definitely fine, but like we have a ton of 3s already anyway, I think. I would love an Energy Refractor. I totally agree. I'll take the Foundry. Spotter, Thopter, Scrapwork, Mutt, Juggernaut. Juggernaut's quite good in our deck. I actually got my Jugs over Mutt. I think having a 5-drop I can cast off my treasures is really good, or whatever, the Power Stones. I think that Mutt's better in a vacuum, but I think this deck wants Juggernaut pretty bad, and I think missing out on the Juggernaut earlier was very bad on my part. Keeper the Cadence, Air Marshal, another Infantry. God, these packs just suck. Alright, take Infantry, which Infantry's fine, you know, it's not a bad card, but Battery Bearer, Disenchant, Flow of Knowledge, which would be a reason to play a bajillion islands, which is a path we probably maybe could have gone down, but third pass Savant's honestly fine. Just a nice mana sink for all our Power Stones. Battery Bearer is kind of a fun card, but take the Savant. Door to Nothingness. That one's not happening, folks. There's a Steel Exemplar. I mean, like, how many red cards do we actually have, right? I guess we have the Dragon Engine's a big one, but Exemplar. I don't think I want a second Bulwark. I'll just take the Exemplar in case we like somehow end up in a different Combat Courier or Jugs. Other Jugs. Jugs or Mutt. Ooh boy. I think Jugs might be better. We kind of want bunch ways to win. We do lack removal. I agree. That's kind of an issue. I'm not thrilled about it, but Jugs or Mutt? I think we're jugging. Courier, Take Flight. Guess Courier? I feel like our deck takes a lot of game actions, and I'm worried about like actually not dying / winning the game. Take Flight is not particularly great. Alright. Pilot Keeper League? I think that's probably not a great idea, honestly. Take Flight's like just not great. It's okay, you know, it's like pretty risky. We have a lot of cards. This is a real tough deck build here, I'm not gonna lie. I would say that we're probably not playing black at all. We have no fixing, unfortunately. All these drafts just go so weird, you know? Like, all right. Courier, Desk, Archaeologist. We table not what we were looking for. Borg, Wellspring, Triple Lesson. We're not really have that many ways to actually sack our Wellspring, which kind of sucks. Lesson, Savant, Powerstone, Infantry, Scrapsmith, Trawler. We have no white source for Cohort either. Exemplar. Guess we're not playing the Exemplar. This is 24 cards. Double Rock. Yeah, it's alright. Not, like, thrilled, honestly. I think our deck is just okay. Top Cranberry. Freaking Bronze to Mythic. Another Bulwark. Alright. Double Combat Career. Yeah, I wish you had Mindset Animation back. I agree. Mid reset, thanks so much. We're like bottom of Platinum, I think. Skitter Beam, Engine, Jugs, Rock. Alright. Let's take a look. Locker removal really, really hurting us. Oh my god, that's like the lowest rank I've ever seen. Alright, Draftsmith does not like the deck. We are at 24 cards here. I think it's just our deck. I don't think we're like anything else is changing. Like maybe we could play Exemplar. We already have 2 5-drop boomers though, so I think it's fine. Tower Worker, playing the Foundry. Very artifacty. We should have 0 fixing to try and splash this Genius or anything like that. Machine over Matter. Wellspring only cycles in our deck. Yeah, there's no real way to sacrifice it either, which is not ideal. Do we still want Wellspring? I think so. We could play a second Bulwark, honestly. We are like kind of a top-end deck. And it's a pretty good blocker. Flow of Knowledge. So Wellspring, yeah, there's actually no way to sack Wellspring at all. Yeah, I think we should play Bulwark over Wellspring. We have no removal, so like we need to have blockers early. I'm a little confused to how this deck's actually going to win. We draw a lot of cards, yeah, we definitely draw cards. Obviously having Skitter Beam is pretty good. Double Jugs is nice too. It's a challenging format, honestly. I'm not gonna lie. I have found this format to be challenging. Let's add our Lance and take a little looky loop. Oops. Add our Factory and yeah, I think bounce spells are pretty OP. Playing Mask and playing some Forests. We just have like actual 0 fixing. If I had like a single Evolving Wilds or Refractor or something, I'd be inclined to play the Mask, but we should actually have 0. Yeah, I mean, I'm not necessarily the most thrilled with it, as I have not been for most of our drafts, but this is our deck, and it's prediction time, folks. 7 wins, yay or nay. What do you think? YouTube folks, take a second, pause the video. Scroll to the comments in all caps, believer or non-believer. What do you think, folks? All right, 7 wins, yay or nay. Twitch folks, you can place your votes. YouTube folks, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and let's do this thing. All right, here we are. Predictions are coming in, and they are not good. Let's prove a non-believer's wrong, folks. Chat, coming out at me. Sand's pretty bad, honestly. I don't think you can afford to mulligan it, but it's pretty bad. What's up, Utopus? How's it going, my friend? Season, thanks so much. I'm just gonna keep. Have a little faith to draw 2-drop. Forest. Sure. Lesson Rock. Not being able to cast Rock off a Power Stone sucks. Mask of a Jade Crafter, sure. Wish I had that bounce spell. Red. Play Engine as a creature if we have to play a blocker. Forest. 3/3? I could deal with a 3/3. Sure. Another Rock. Okay. 4/7/3. Thanks for reset. Appreciate it. Alright, we're going to lessen here. I'm not going to bother playing this as a creature who can't block us anyway. We're going to lessen discarding probably a land. We can cast Engine for its large size. Blanchwood Armor this game? Maybe. Oh, wow. No 4th land either. That's so lucky for us. That their hand's also bad. Lesson draws Jugs and Infantry blocks this thing really well. It's awesome. We can play Jugs next turn, though, honestly. Now we got Power Stones. Discarding Jugs for value is also pretty sweet, but just playing the infantry to block the 3/3 is, like, pretty good, too. Oh, boy. Discard Jugs for value. Cast Jugs next turn, just trade it off. That also sounds good. I like that better. We can start one of these rocks, maybe. Or a lesson. What do we ditch here? So next turn's infantry, then next turn's rock. What's up, Tin? I'm going to start a lesson, I think. Next turn's infantry. The turn after is the rock. Maybe we just discard the Jugs then. If we're not going to cast it for a while. Yeah, just discard the Jugs. Untap. And draw a Cohort. Also a good blocker. Not gaining a lot of value by casting this over infantry. It's the same thing, right? Yeah, play Cohort. Good blockers. A lot of 3 power creatures. Just curious, when you were playing in the SG Opens, were you already playing BCW sleeves? Yeah, I actually helped, not design, but like develop the BCW sleeves. When Team MTG was formed like 7 years ago, BCW sponsored us, and they had like their most basic sleeves at the time. And they were like budget sleeves. They were pretty thin, honestly. They were not the best. And they wanted to make a nice high-end sleeve. They used our feedback, made the Elite Ones, which were good but not great. They had a few flaws, and then they took our feedback again, made the Elite 2s, and solved basically every problem. And the Elite 2s are awesome. All right, so now I can start playing rocks, start playing our big idiots. Just gonna say go. Say go. Fire up a rock. Play a huge idiot. Obviously, them just not doing anything is pretty good for us. You know, it's a little lucky here, but hey, that's magic. We've had plenty of games where we got mana screwed, didn't do anything. We are the ultimate rock in it. Yes, the Elite 2 are, I mean, they come in many colors, but I use purple. They're going to Gix's Caress me. Alright. I guess, sure. I suppose.
We are the Borg. You will be assimilated. Resistance is futile.
Bring it on. I ain't scared. What's up, Spaceman? How's it go, folks? Happy Monday. Welcome to Mog Monday. Mog Monday's over, though. Welcome to Bronze Mythic. I know what I'm saying.
If it helps if I got out and pushed.
It might. It might.
Do a barrel roll.
Come on, opponent. Pick a card, any card. Probably Engine, I would assume. I know I'd go from Mog. They're taking one of the 2 rocks. Sure. Cobra Bank Resub, thanks so much. That makes Power Stone. We draw a Mutt. 5, 6, 7, 8. The fact that they didn't take Engine makes me think they have an answer to it. Like a Disenchant or whatever. So I would say we're going to just turn the corner, honestly, and start attacking. I would say I don't want to play this. I might just play... So they have a Disenchant. They just kill my Engine. It kind of sucks. I could play another Rock. I could play Mutt and... Oh, sorry, the Rock. The Rock's gone. They thought season. Never mind. We can go Mutt Infantry. We could lessen discarding Mutt. It's pretty cool. Yeah, let's do that. So infantry, and then lessen discarding Mutt. Three power. Scrapwork Rager, awesome. In the spot where they are kind of behind. Does block the 3/1s, but whatever. Vermin. We could have cast Mutt also, but I think I want to discard the Mutt to the lesson. So here's Gnawing Vermin. Burt Meadows, what's up? They're going to mill Forest. Let's draw Skitter Beams. Skitter Bitters. Nope, no Skitter Bitters. Alright. Untap and draw Archaeologist. They're at 13. Maybe we just cast the Engine, honestly. Now the Vermin kills all my X ones, which kind of sucks, but we got Jugs in the chamber also. We could also... They're at 13. If I attack here, they block. They want to kill this. They have to take 6, which is a lot. I'm going to cast the engine, I think. Yeah, I'm just going to cast the engine. Like, if they kill the engine now, we're doing a bunch of damage anyway. I have Jugs next turn regardless. Like, definitely think they have a removal spell, but hopefully it's not the... Jeez, this is great. So they're going to trade things off here. Vermin kills the 1/1. We kill their board. Put them at 10. And... Wish I had a white source, obviously, but I don't. And I don't have any way to... I could have played, like, 1 planes, I guess, but... I'll just play the big idiot. Just, like, get it in there.
Good lord. Gigantic.
It's probably going to die, based on their Thoughtseize, but... We got hasters and stuff. We can, like, lessen with the mutt and then just haste it in, too. Archaeologist for some mill. Just push the issue. Present lethal. Make them have the answer. Alloy Animist. The mana to turn a non-creature artifact into a 4/4. And the spider, sure. So they'll spider down my... That's a pretty good one, actually. They spider down my engine and have a blocker for the rock. That's pretty good. Honestly. Wow, they're going to attack, too. Very aggressive. Alright, so we're going to... We can Jugs. We can, like, lessen, discard Mutt, and then just attack with the Mutt and the Jugs. If they block here, we take 5, 6, 7, 8, and go to 2. Man, I wish I had a freaking white source. I was just Archaeologist for a spell here, too. So if I lessen, I discard Mutt. Actually, no, we're 1 short. Never mind. Just cast Archaeologist. Let's see what's up. Archaeologist reveals no non-creature spells. Tilt. Alright. We have Jugs. We have cast Mutt. If I cast the Mutt and discard the land and don't draw land, I can't Jugs. Very awkward. Let's just Mutt. I don't even want to discard a card. I just cast the Mutt anyway. Sure, let's Jugs. Well, Jugs, we'll just cast Mutt, I guess. And discard nothing. That kind of sucks. Man. Sure. Because we don't want to develop our board. The problem is the Jugs doesn't really do that. I don't know. I'm just gonna Mutt. Draw a kill spell for the spider too. So let's discard this. Draw a mountain. All right, let's cast a Stern Lesson. Or Jugs. Nah, let's Jugs. Alright. Alright, let's Jugs. This must attack, this attacks, this attacks. Get in, they block the rock and take 6. They're going to gain 3. Spider was about as good as you could possibly get there, honestly, but... Like, we just have, like, Skitter Beam in our deck, so we're just drawing to that at some point. We only have 17 cards left. We have a Stern Lesson. This thing can rummage if it dies. So, feeling pretty good here, honestly. Exchange wasn't great for us, honestly. Spider's so good. Yeah, just card's just excellent. Such a good card. I know I'd go from bronze to mythic. Alright, tapping 3, tapping 4. Gonna fire up the Rager here. That's desperate. That is desperate. Down to 7. Not a blocker. They have a lot of cards, but I should block. Whoops. Is Spider too slow for constructed? I don't think so, honestly. Card's pretty good. I misclicked. I think we took 2. Whoopsie. Hi, I'm Jim. Welcome to Bronze Mythic. Opponents have a tank. They have a Thraxo Demon. Draw a land. Alright, well, let's cast Lesson. And draw a Courier Desk. Okay, this is pretty cool. Discard this. Play Desk. We'll activate Desk. If we hit Skitter Beam, we can still play it as a small thing, so. Also, it's the end of your next turn anyway. Urza or Bulwark? I mean, I guess Urza. End of your next turn. So we can cast Urza and I guess just cast Courier. Sure. So we're like getting there. We actually held Courier for Urza discard. That might have been better actually. We have power. We have like 1,000 mana and desk. So a very good chance to find Skitter Beam next turn off of our draw step, loots, desks, etc. Painful Quandary. Whenever opponent casts a spell, that player loses 5 unless they discard a card. Okay. We draw. Now, Unearthing is not casting a spell. We draw third pass Savant. We have 8, 9, 10, we have 11 mana. Skitter Beam is 9. Desking is 2 and then 1. So we can't desk and Skitter Beam for the full amount. We obviously can just cast this third path Savant, take 5, and then just draw 2 end step. That works too. And then the cards we draw can discard to the Quandary, so that's fine. Yeah, just play this since I go. Alright, so we'll pay 5 life. And then just say go. I haven't actually cast this card yet. Draw 2 cards, pretty nice. Pretty good text. Third path. Boulder Branch, that's pretty good. Alright. They gained 6 here. We got a bit of a game here. Yeah, a bit of a game. Wish I was at 9, but draw 2. We draw Jugs and Combat Courier. I guess we're gonna loot the Courier. Get a Power Stone. Draw Scrapsmith. Where's the old Skitters, huh? Jugs. We can desk here and find Skitters, right? So desk. Activate. We get Mechanic or Island. Jesus. Alright. Now we have 5 cards left. We can't even cast this, really. I guess this would find the thing. But we'd be able to actually kill them? This is ridiculous. Yeah, I should have played with Blintz. We're going to cast Mechanic, cast Jugs, discard both these cards, I think. Remember, if I cast spell, loses 5, let's discard a card. We'll discard Scrimeth, discard land. Sure, let's cast this. I just don't want to cast the Smith because, like, we just die. So, we have 5 cards left. So now, we just say go. We just draw Skitter Beam. Play Skitter Beam, attack for a bunch. If our bottom card is Skitter Beam, we might be in trouble here. Draw with Courier also. We'll probably do that end step. Pretty silly game is like, we're doing literally everything we want to be doing, but we're not really getting there yet, which I have an issue. We have 5 Power Stones in play, like 15 mana, but Gnawing Vermin, okay. They're gonna mill me? Oh God, don't do it. Oh God, please no. I can't find the right buttons. No! Well, that sucks. I mean, I guess it would have been right to draw a card in response, right?
Waka waka.
And now we just can't win? This is so stupid. Alright, I guess we lose. Actually unbelievable. Now I have 3 cards left. What's in my deck? I've got an Unleashed Shell and 2 lands. This is unbelievable. I guess if I Unleash Shell the Boulder Branch and just like swing out twice. Ridiculous. Yeah, I'll draw. Alright, hopefully our bottom card's not the Unleashed Shell. Please stop. Alright, we just lose. Alright, yeah, I guess we're dead. That's a unbelievably frustrating game. We can't win, right? I don't think so. Unleash Shell this. Discard this. God, all right, whatever. I feel like that game is my entire Bronze Mythic run this set. I just can't do it. I just can't find the wins. I don't know. Oh, we mill our freaking rare. We deck. Oh my god, you're killing me. All right. Oh, we found it again. There it is. All right, we're gonna keep. And it's okay. It's not great. When's the coding session? Yeah, maybe. Honestly, we'll see. We'll see. Island. I'm gonna claim. I'm gonna claim. Plead the 112th here. You know the I have a newborn. It must be. I'm just tired and not doing well. That's I'm gonna plead. You know, Ferengi rule of acquisition, whatever. 194. When you have a newborn baby, it's hard to make Mythic in a draft. Nicole and I watching D6 on each night, so there's the wings. We Smith here. What's wrong with the format? I don't think anything's wrong with it. I'm just like not doing that well in it. So we return the courier or just leave it there and make a 3/2. I'm just gonna leave it there. I guess we can discard it to lesson. I'll put it in my hand, sure. Mr. Gonzo says, "Hi Jim. Since Hello Good Game reply is go to my YouTube for artifact build, could you recommend a fun build to go find? For like a colorless deck, I posted a colorless deck on a colorless historic deck on my YouTube recently. All right, so Trawler, Archaeologist, Stern Lesson, Skitter Beam. We're gonna attack here. I mean, I want a lesson discarding the Courier. I don't want to cast Trawler to hit my graveyard. We might just... We're trying to lesson here. Yeah. Just lesson, discard Courier. I don't think there's anything good we can draw off the lesson that makes you want to main phase it. For standard, I don't have anything off the top of my head, no. I'm just gonna main phase it. Must have a counterspell, maybe. Oh, please counter. Go ahead. No, okay. All right, we'll discard the. Discard the Courier. Discard Courier. Make a land drop. Say go. So, actually, I'm sorry, Gonzo. We actually have a deck that's there's like an Is It deck on my YouTube. That's like a big Skitter Beam deck. Go check that one out. It's like Skitter Beam Italian. It's honestly like similar to this draft deck. It's like less blue-red, lesson, Skitter Beam, etc. Here's Snarethopter as a 2/3 flyer. They're gonna go bottom. We love a good bottom here. Love it. Draw land. We got a rock, which obviously plays well against a Thopter. I'll just say go here. The most obvious rock of all time, but we'll see if they walk into it. They got a dig site. Rock in it. Rock in it. Rock in it. Soul Guide Lantern. Son of a bitch. Adept. Will they attack into my rock? They will.
Waka waka.
Yeah, I mean this is like a week 1 attack, you know? It should really obviously be rock here. Alright, blocking this. get a free kill is pretty backbreaking for my opponent. We draw a land. We have 3, 6, 7, 8. We're 1 mana from Skitter Beam. We can just like Urza, Scrap Trawler. We can just play everything here. We can Urza Trawler and Archaeologist. So let's Archaeologist first. And let's go find ourselves something. Mountain Combat Courier. Sure. And then we just Trawler Power Stone, sack for 3. This game's looking pretty good, yeah. Sack for 3, say go. Skitter Beam's in the chamber, folks. Who's excited for Skitter Beam Battalion? I know I am. Next turn. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. There's no counter, probably. Deadly thingy for that. Sure. Are they going to counter big skitters? They can draw the thing and make their thing bigger. Last game was looking good also. You're not wrong.
Quiz, hot shot.
You're not wrong. They are thinking long. Mightstone, animate the wings and draw a card. That's pretty good. But that means the coast is clear for skitters, so happily make some blocks here too. Top crucial. If you haven't followed the stream, hit that follow button. Of course, watching YouTube, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. You're all great. Again, in the BTM YouTube channel. Skitter Beam hype. Opponents of a tank. Opponents saying go. Here we go. You ready? Here it comes.
Good lord. Gigantism.
Skitter Beams! Taste the painbow! And if Skitter Beams die, I get back a courier too. Boom, boom, boom. Attack you. Not a Leroy. We can't Leroy here. We got some fragile fragile friends, but block Skitter Beam. If only we had a 10 drop to die to get back Skitter Beams. Yeah, honestly, the Taste the Painbow deck in Standard is pretty good. I forgot about that, but like that deck was pretty impressive. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when we Skitter Beam you? Trawler gets back Courier, unless they want to pop their Lantern, which would be, I think, very unwise, given that they have a Adept in play. Wing Commando. Skitter Beam's pretty cool, yeah, I agree. Super cool card. It's a freaking battalion. The problem is once this Latinam becomes a 5/5. All right, so they didn't draw off Lantern, which is like super sketchy. Means they probably have Stern Lesson to make us a 5/5, which is like really not good for us. But our own one. I might just Leroy here, honestly. We can like discard an artifact to get back with Trawler, also, which is kind of cool. Yeah, we're gonna Leroy, I think. Not Urza, but I think they might have the draw 2 to make us think a 5/5, but like the attack all plays around that because they'll block this and they have no other good blocks. So let's attack. See what happens. We can start Cohort too if one of these dies. So we don't have any white sources for Cohort. So sack Lantern, draw a card. Okay, that's a really good sign. So if they don't have Stern Lesson, they should have stacked Lantern on their turn to make a 5/5. All right, our opponent's just like not really doing too well. Urza's Vigilance. That's true. I mean, I want it to live also, but block Trawler, block Skitter Beam. So this is actually insane because I can get back Skitter Beam can get back the Trawler, and Trawler can get back the Bulwark, I guess. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Let's discard the Bulwark. Alright, so they go to 6. I'm sorry, they go to 2. And then we get to do Trawler back the Trawler. Trawler back the Bulwark. Yeah, I mean, don't think there's a Wrath in this set, but maybe there is. I don't know. Play Cohort and Sig out. I guess Urza could have attacked there too. Would have been safe.
Gay. Blouses.
All right, opponent's deck didn't seem very good, and they definitely didn't play super tight, but we'll take it. All right. Sure. Yeah, it's not great. We actually have a lot of 2-drops, honestly, but... All right, so I only go. There we go.
Bingo!
That's a great draw. Dodger Mechanics, awesome. Let's go with Prodigy too. On the first starter. Sprite. Research desk. So we're going to attack here. You want to trade, awesome. And then I think we're playing the Smith. Could play Urza, but I think it puts more power on the board, honestly. I guess we get Urza, we could loot next turn, make a Power Stone, and pump the Mechanic, which is kind of cool. But like, the 1-3 is much worse than a 2-1 or a 3-2. Yeah, I'm going to Smith. Let's see what we hit. Smith hits land, rock, land. Tilt. Obviously, I hit an artifact there. A 2-1 that draws the cards a lot better than a 3-2. But they're going to attack. I kind of want to take this block here. Honestly. Next turn's Urza plus Mishra. So this is like a block of like, are we the beatdown or are we the control deck right now? That's the big question. You know, we want this game to, we want to try and race this game, or are we going to try and play a longer game here? I think that even though our start's fairly aggressive, I think the texture of our hand is long game. Desk, lesson, 1-3, looter. I'm going to block. Look at our trick also, which is fine. I'd rather than use a trick here and then not curve out, so. Sure, great. So hopefully this stops them from playing a creature this turn. Excellent. So that was really good for us. We take that all day. Mutt does play well with Mechanic also, but we're going to Urza plus Desk here. Mutt's a good discard to Urza. Or Lesson. We have Desk going. We have the Mechanic ready to roll. We could even like grow Mechanic twice by looting on our turn and then lessening on their turn. So Iron Claw Crusher. 2/5 makes things big. Not cool. Stern Lesson. All right. So what's if we loot with Urza, we can't play. We got Desk or Mutt. I think it's fine though. Let's loot. Grow the Mechanic. Draw Combat Courier. Discard Mutt or Courier here. We're gonna Lesson also. I just end up discarding both, honestly, but let's discard Courier. Make a Power Stone. Grow the Mechanic. We'll say go. Yeah, we want to make a land drop, but we also want to grow Mechanic on their turns. We'll just say go. Mechanic's so good. Just a card. All right, Trevor, calm your nuts in chat there. All right. All right. Crusher comes in. I mean, I think I would trade Mechanic for Sprite here. They pump the Crusher. We have a good block. So taking 4 is fine. We're still 20. Yeah, this is great. All right, so yeah, we'll block here. We'll block and Lesson and see what happens. Cast Lesson, draw 2, pump Mechanic. We'll discard a land here. Oh, no backup plan.
Poor predictable Bart always takes wrong.
Just a Skull Flare. Mads resub, thanks so much. 9 months. Name our sub baby, please. And now we got a lot going on here. Actually, we got a lot of Power Stones. We can draw and make our Mechanic go off, also, which is pretty cool. Cat, new sub. What's your name? Where are you from? Let's fire up the desk here. Let's see what's up. Desk will reveal land and Stern Lesson. It's a lot of Stern Lessons. 3, 2, I kind of want the land because we already have somebody's turn less. I guess we can cast it next turn too. We're gonna cast Cohort, probably just loot with Urza. Yeah, I feel like we might not cast this, honestly. Let's take the land. What's the loot with Urza? Allison from Maryland, what's up, my friend? Thanks, sub. Appreciate that. Welcome. Make sure you join the Discord. That's a big boom boom. Let's discard the Mutt. And grow this thing. And now I get to play the land and just play Cohort. It's pretty good. This game looks pretty good. Let's we'll attack first. I think we're on the attacks now, so. Chance for Glory reset. Thanks so much. Urza's been great. Urza's Thought mechanic has been quite good. We got tons of value here. They're at 11. We're at 16. Obviously, this thing can attack for a decent amount, but don't Blanchwood armor me or something like that. Pump this thing up. No, spider! Stupid spider. Along came a spider. It's not actually that bad. They sacrificed a real creature to it, and we're getting a Thopter anyway, so. And now they attack a block with all three. We draw Scrap Trawler. That's pretty good. We have 4, 5, 6, 7. We can cast our big engine too, which is kind of cool. We can't loot and play engine, but we just play engine instead. This thing's pretty chunky. Yeah, we just play engine, say go here. I think they only have 2 cards left, so play the big one.
Oh my god, Becky.
Thought of a Spells Lingers game. What? Say go. 5/5 Dragon Engine. Honestly, not the best deal for 8 mana, but this format's a trap, you know? Looks like the Power Stone Bake Stuff format. It's not. It's a trap. Oh, Spellslinger's Magic mobile game? I haven't played it. Played some Marvel Snap. Marvel Snap is tier 1 mobile game. Super high quality. I honestly think we've gotten what we want out of the Urza at this point. I guess, like, this is I'll just block like this. What level mine Snap? I don't know. Who cares? Honestly, that's why I enjoy playing Marvel Snap. I'll take a shit and play Marvel Snap for a little bit. Walk the dog, play a little Marvel Snap. I don't know what level I am. I don't know anything. I'm just playing and having fun. Just get to play and not think about it. You know, I don't need to be good at Marvel Snap. Scrap Trawler, Archaeologist. Archaeologist cannot find Battalion, which is pretty awkward. Many options here. I think we desk, actually. Let's start by desking. Oh, I could try and get desk back with the trawler. Right now I have a 4, a 2, a 1, and a 1 in the bin. This triggers on Graveyard, so the thing doesn't do it. Let's desk. Ward, reset, thanks so much. Let's do this. We got Mountain or Mountain, the illusion of choice. Play Mountain. We're just like digging for Skitterbloom. Skitter bitters. 4/3 Mutt Trawler. Let's just play this, I guess. I can't even attack though. Ugh. I'm so worried if I play Archaeologist that I'm gonna mill over the Skitter Beam. Let's play Trawler just so go. End step will lessen. Just so go. My two decks in Marvel Snap are I have like the Zoo deck or whatever, like the Anthem deck with Blue Marvel and Khazar, and I have like a mid-range deck with like Shang-Chi and Killmonger. I just got Leader, which is a fun card. They're just like, I just built them. I didn't look online. I didn't get any deck lists. Like, just having fun playing super casually. Simian Simulacrum's a pretty good card. The counters are going to go on the Spider. That's annoying. I feel like our deck is just working so hard to try and win. Like, they're going to attack too. Wow. Yeah, sure. At a day 2 end. You can watch the VOD or it'd be bonus content on YouTube. I just had a good deck and didn't win. Happens. Infantry Jugs. Discard a land. Make a Power Stone. Untap, drop Bulwark. Jugs is great here at Trawler because I get back my my cohort. So this is just like, it's actually a good turn. It's just Jugs, Bulwark, Infantry. Maybe I shouldn't play this card. I feel like I almost need to draw Skitter Beam to win, so just say go. No Vigilance for 1. I guess, like, they block. I want to unearth this. Yeah, I guess maybe you're right. Sure. Listen, Urza's not here to attack, all right? Urza's here just to chill. Yeah, Jugs, Trade with Spider's great. And then again, when Jugs dies, we get back Cohort. When that dies, we get back Mutt. Trawler's awesome. I freaking love this card. Like the one good card in our deck. Besides Skitters. Skitter Bitters. We have 12 cards left. Maybe, like, we wanted to try and play Emergency Weld. And just, like, play some of the black cards. A second Spider? With no... Wow, and then it didn't even use it? That's so weird. Alright, I mean, here comes Jugs, right? We want to loot first. I'm not even playing. I'm not playing this card. We have 11 cards left. If I mill over Skitter Beam, I'm extremely unhappy. So definitely just not playing it. We're gonna attack with this. Attack with the Jugs. I guess I'll loot first. Try and find Skitter Bitters. Ooh, even better. Should I just discard this freaking card? I'm just like not gonna play this card. Whatever, sure. Also my deck too, so there, discard this. Keep on my mana. We got Jugs available and a Surveil. Send in Jugs. They kind of like have to block it. And then I get back my Cohort. Can I cast Cohort and Jugs? I can. I can cast Cohort and Jugs. Jugs is so good in this deck too. Not taking even Jugs in that pick 1 and pack 2 was such a bad pick. That's okay though, because we're learning, honestly. You know, I mean, I really am very far behind your average draft content creator, who's probably on draft like 95 at this point, and I'm only on draft 14. So that is definitely the reality, and we're learning though. You know, we're gonna get there. They can gain some life. We get to recast the Cohort and cast the new Jugs. It's pretty good. This is a Scrap Trawler just soloing right now. Jugs is great. Jugs is really good, yeah. As a turn 4 play off a Power Stone, it's excellent. Good synergy. Good to discard. Some creepy shit. Bones deck is pretty good, too, honestly. Double Spiders, Simian Simulacrum.
Inconceivable!
Triple Spider deck. Triple Spider deck. Sure, why not? We're gonna win. We're like way ahead, so. You kill Trawler, I get back my Mutt. Welcome to Shelob's Lair. Get back Mutt. Like, we're in great shape, I think. We just have a Jugs in the graveyard, too. Another Courier. We can't draw Skitter Bitters to save our life, but let's cast this. 5, 6, 7, 8. If we draw Bitters, we can cast it. If I keep the land. 5, 6, 7, 8. Not, yeah, I'm just going to go for it. Discard that. Oh, wow. This triggers on any discard. That's cool. We missed. but now we can... I guess we can just send him a Jugs. So we'll loot. Mishra's Foundry. Alright, sure. My land. Here's like Courier. Jugs. Jugs. Oh, I can't afford to Courier and draw, so sure. Just Jugs. Attack step. Bolt Jugs go in. Does a cohort go in too? They block the cohort. They block this. Take 5. Is it a Leroy? It might be Leroy, actually. Give him the old Leroy. You figure it out. Jugs is great. 2 blockers left over. 5/5 probably eats one of the 3/1s, which is totally fine. They do have the Simian, but... Why are they blocking the Unearthed one with the 3/3? That does not seem like... That's not a good choice. Oh, come on, opponent. Come on. What are you doing? Next in-person paper tournament. There's an SCG in January I might go to. It's like in Jersey. It's like really close. What is this block? Do they have the Overwhelming Remorse, maybe? No? I don't know what's going on, folks. Opponents are making some somewhat speculative choices here. Or suspect choices. Okay, gain life, sure. Maybe they like have a Remorse in their deck and they want to try and... Doesn't make sense either. I don't even know, folks. Play a Fort Spider. I dare you. Do it. You won't. You won't. Boulder Branch. That's pretty good, too. Alright, let's surveil for Skitters. Nope. 6 cards left. 5 cards left. Loot. 4 cards left. No Skitters. No Skitters! I mean, Jugs has to attack, so... Alright. Yeah, I mean, like... We'll find it eventually, right? It is cool to see that, like, these blue-red decks really can just, like, draw their entire deck for the most part, so... You can, like, put together a thing that requires a card or whatever, so... I think block at both here is a very good play. So don't die to trample. I also have a trick with trample. If I have a trick, I can like, yeah, this is a better play. I'm gonna kill a spider now, but I think it's just smart because like if I have a trick there and I kill the thing, they're just like in huge trouble. Take trample and stuff happens. So, all right, so Jugs is in the bin. You want to play Rock? I guess I got a Courier to draw too. Whatever. Courier draw. I can't. Sure, whatever. I should have Courier drawed. Our top card is definitely Skitter Beam. Whatever. Trevor, resub, thanks so much. Draw. Unleash Shell. That's also really good. Alright, just a go. We get to Rock and Bulwark. 3 cards left. Our deck is Third Path Savant, Bulwark, Skitter Beam. Opponent's at 18. Yeah, we're good. About to turn the corner pretty hard here. Skull Flare, sure. We have Jugs in the bin too, so. Simulacrum's back. They're gonna hunt the Flare. So now this is gonna be a 4/5. It grows to a 5/6. It's still killable with this on our turn. This is fine. Let's see what they do here. Gnawing Vermin. My mortal enemy, Gnawing Vermin. Alright, block. Play the Rock. And I guess we're going to Surveil. I mean, like, if it's our actual bottom card, we're probably in trouble, but... I mean... We're going to Unleash Shell. They'll take some damage, get it in the air. We have Jugs also. I think this is fine. All right, it's actually the bottom card. All right, that's okay. That's okay. We'll be fine. We're gonna unleash Shell. We found it. It is the bottom card. We're gonna kill this, deal 2, and we're going to Jugs, and then like Leroy this turn, and then Skitter Beam Leroy next turn. Fire up the Foundry. Say it in chat, folks. What a game. Just draw your deck every game. So what could happen here that makes us lose, right? I guess they draw like a Gnawing Vermin or whatever. Attack on everything. Here we go. I mean, even without Skitter Beam, we killed them next turn, right? They block the 3-power creature here. Take 5, 10, 11, 12, 13. It take you 14 here. Even without Skitter Beam, we win. So as long as they can't mill me. They're going to like play like actual Millstone, just mill me. It's going to be so embarrassing. Vermin would not be funny. We've already lost to that. It's not funny. Don't even say it. All right. And here we go. No Vermin, please. I will walk out of this fucking room. Walk right out. Out the door. All right. We're good. And the big finish. All right, we won a game. We did it. We did it. We're on the board. So dead. All right. This hand's great. Mechanic. I feel like Mechanic on 2 solves a lot of our problems. It's a great blocker. Applies some early pressure. We're like pretty gloated on 3. The problem is if we have no 2-drop and our 3-drop is the card draw spell, we're not affecting the board at all, which is pretty bad. So this deck like probably wanted some more boomers, honestly. We draw Combat Courier. Do you even want to cast this card? I feel like this card is kind of like the Lackey card from whatever that Innistrad set was. You never want to cast it, you just want to discard stuff. I'm going to hold this. I don't think you want to play this. Like, I guess we have Trawler. Obviously, we can draw off Mechanic. Make this thing bigger. Have it for Courier. I guess I'll play it. I don't love this, but we get to curve out. Puts an artifact in the graveyard for Trawler. Like, makes Mechanic bigger. Scrap work mutt. Paja says, hello, sorry you have a second match streamer that I see if it has Cube for Charity. What is that? Cube for Charity is an awesome charity event. Here, you know what? Watch this. I'm sorry. I mean, watch this. I'll finish my turn. I'll show the promo. After this game, I'll show the promo, all right? We're going to go land. We're going to attack because they're not going to block. And then we're going to play Mechanic. I'll show you what all about. I'll enlighten you about year 4 of Cube for Charity coming up in about 1 week. The biggest Magic streaming event of the year. Come on, Josh. No blocks. What? You read my card after you attack? No blocks. 18-19. Should have ran the promo. I should have ran it. I'm sorry. I didn't think we'd be like this. All right. Urza Power Stone Prodigy. Sure. We're gonna attack with our Mechanic. I'm just gonna attack with both, honestly. Because if they block it, I'm gonna pump any draw anyway. So, Dom, say Jim, Happy Mog Monday. Whatever. Do a 10-minute analysis of the day 2 draft yesterday. I don't think there's much like an audience for that, honestly. So, like, probably not. But Scrapsmith, pump, sure. Play land, say go. Combat Courier. Just main phase Stern Lesson. Okay. It's a lot of Power Stones. We have a kind of awkward hand here, honestly. Like, we have, like, a Scrapsmith. We have, like, this, like, 5-drop. We have a Trawler with no artifacts in the bin, really. They discarded a... Wait, what? Oh, they looted too. I missed it? No. I must have missed the loot. They discarded an Onslaught, and they have Thopter Architect. Their deck seems pretty awkward. We draw Stern Lesson, which is pretty cool. Lesson means we can pump this in combat, which is pretty sneaky. I kind of like that, actually. Let's attack. What's up, Chunky? Games are going okay so far. We had Mod Monday earlier. Yeah, so we'll just, like, run the Trixkies. Obviously, it's not the most mana efficient thing to do, but it's fine. And we'll discard a land. This card's so freaking good. They can loot with their Power Stone thing, whatever, it's fine. And this feels pretty good. Loot. Like, Mechanic is, like, starting to get, like, a very real size. Like, a 4/3 is big, and a 5/4 is really big. So, I mean, next turn could even be, like, just Courier, draw, and then play a 3-drop. They discard a Wing Commando. In for one. Opponent is much better at attacking with Urza than I am.
That's it. I'm going to clown college.
Leaving up 6 or 5 mana and just saying go with 4 cards in hand is super sketch. What kind of sketch is it, though? And I kind of like just Courier draw attack here. Like, there's the target attacker card in white does 3 damage. The Rock also does 3 damage on a block. And I would happily trade with... Actually, I couldn't trade with the Rock and the Power Stone Prodigy. Interesting. Very interesting. What we like to do here. Not attacking seems crazy. Honestly, just trading with Rock is fine too, right? Like, all right, let's go. We're gonna land. I'm gonna Scrapsmith. I'm not gonna Unleash Shell Rock. It's not worth it. I want to kill something better than that, I think. Doesn't blow them out. I mean, like, they just block, or they just don't block and take 4, right? They only have to double block if I pump this thing into a 5/4. Alright, Smith resolves. Mill 3. Mill land. Sure. We're gonna combat Courier, and we're gonna attack. Unearthing Courier does make my Trawler a little bit worse, but rocking it. We're gonna sure. I guess by doing it like this, I've now exposed the mechanic to the 3 damage spell. This is a mistake. I should have just drawn before I attacked, because now if they have 3 damage spell, it's pretty bad for us. That was a very bad play. Might not get punished for it, but that was a very bad choice. Yeah, so we didn't get punished for it, but they can only target this once it's already in combat. So there's no reason to allow them to target it, but didn't get punished. And they do it with the Rock, sure. So they could have blocked with the Rock and the Urza and chose not to, which is interesting. Rock in it. Rock in it. Discarding Brotherhood's End, sure. Brutal. The clean answer to my poor Thopter. Alright, so we draw Jugs. Jugs is pretty good. We have no artifacts in the bin, though, for our trawler. We could just start rocking it, you know, start playing some rocks. Play Jugs here. I have no other play. Yeah, I'm just going to attack for 3 and play a rock, I think. Every rock makes future turns better, so... Rock in it. Rock in it. Paratrooper. That's pretty awkward, actually, because now the... well, it's awkward because we can't block the rock anymore, but if they attack with a paratrooper, it's really good for us, which they might walk into, which, I mean, like, I think it should be fairly obvious we have this card again, but... Rock on rock battle. Who will win? Combat. Interesting. Trooper stays home. Ursa goes in. I mean, I'm happy to block Ursa with this rock, so... Sure, that's fine. So why did they stay home then? Honestly. Whoa! Queen Kayla Bin Krug. This card's actually pretty awesome. They meant it for a 2/3. Pay 4. Discard your hand. Then draw that many cards. You may choose an artifact or creature of mana value 1, 2, or 3 you discarded and return those cards to the battlefield. Which is pretty insane, actually, when it goes off. But, alright. I mean, I'm just gonna attack. It's 8 to 9. Probably to cast this Unleash Shell, and then we can play the Bulwark also. It returns a 1, a 2, and a 3, yes. Yeah, it's got to be Unleash Shell and then Bulwark, I think. I think I just killed their rock. I just killed their larger creature rather than killing Paratrooper, so... Oops. Yeah, let's kill this while they're tapped out and they can't protect it. Deal 2 damage, play Bulwark, and say go. Bulwark's a nice blocker here. Bulwark feels very important in our deck. To have like a good, cheap, early blocker. It's an artifact for synergy. Defense. Defense. They have the Mutt also, but we're 9, so... They can Mutt and Power Trooper Pump, but even then I can block something at least. 3, 6, 7, 8. It's close. Honestly, it's close. What's up, Soul? They're also at 3, so they need to be aware of... What the hell is that? Mishra's Command. X damage to our creature, and then pump this thing. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 short, thankfully. Alright, they're at 3 and we're at 3? This game is so scary. I think we're dead. I guess I can play this as a flyer and play Jugs. They have the Mutt. They have Mutt plus Pump. If I get the power so I can go through. Alright, let's attack. Make the trade. This card's pretty good. Double block. Kill this thing. And I go Jugs Engine, right? Alright. You're up.
We have technology.
Prototype. Both of our blocks are good here. We also can block the Scrapwork Mutt. And then we have a Trampling Attacker, and they're at 3. That feels pretty good. This is tense. Very, very tense. A tense moment is a good time to remind you all to follow the stream. Follow me on Instagram and TikTok and stuff. Drawing a Skitter Bitters would be pretty good. Currently 6% to draw Skitter Beam. And they are the freaking tank. Jeez. They're going to recommission the Queen as a 3/4, which is like only okay. Do I grow a playoff beard as a fan? No, I don't. I don't really grow a beard. It just comes in like here and here, really. It doesn't really come on the sides. I'm a baby. A baby. Oh my god. Vanguard Aviator? Nikes. Okay. Another Jugs. The problem is now I need another flying blocker. So you have to rock. I can go rock and trawler, so... And actually, I have a bulwark in the bins. If I go trawler first, they have to block the Jugs. Okay, that's pretty good. Cast trawler, attack with Jugs. They have to block it, and then when it dies, I get back my bulwark, which is kind of cool. And then I play the rock on their turn. I might actually want to just main phase the rock and not risk them countering it. Which is like, you know, pretty, hey, I have this card, but... Whew! Tightest game of the day so far. Opponent's got some... Opponent has a lot of rares, but they aren't like, you know, like busted rares. They're just like good cards. Brotherhoods and Vanguard Aviator. It's tense. Alright, that seems like the logical block. I think it's a mistake not to block with the Power Stone Prodigy also, because now we're taking 1 extra point of damage and they don't need to. But sure. Alright, down to 2. They chump with Urza. I still have 3 blockers. Bring that back. Maybe we actually... No, I gotta play this flyer, I guess. Player on a counterspell? I gotta guess now. Yeah, I'm not gonna... I guess the dragon can block the thing. No, I'm just gonna play it now. We have Unearth on Jugs next turn, which is already face up. So, like, I'm not going to risk having a counterspell and a trick. And, like, they kind of have to attack anyway, so... Yeah, if we wait till their turn to play it, it plays around, like, Prison Sentence or whatever, also, I guess. But if they have to cast Prison Sentence, they can't pump. I can still block. And I only take 2. So, the fact that the pump on Paratrooper is so vital to making their creatures lethal, means that they can't do everything, most likely. Whew! Tense game. Here's the mutt. Will they loot? Loot away a bulwark and draw. Get a Power Stone, sure. They have enough mana to exactly pump. I'll do it for him. All right, let's block to not die here. Actually, yeah, because they're gonna pump. So yeah, this is good. All right. I mean, you got something cool. I'm dead. If not, you're dead. That's what I'm talking about.
Yay. Blouses.
Go get him, Jugs. Jugs. Skitter being one time for a flex, that'd be cool. A little skitter bitters off the top, but all right, we're 3-1. I feel like our deck is like kind of close to being good. It's not that good, but like I feel like this deck can work if it was built better. But okay, yeah, Jugs is great. Jugs is really important. I agree strongly. I'm gonna keep this. I'm not casting Quarter on turn 1. We're gonna loot it away with Power Stone Prodigy. There's no shock in this format, right? Like 1 red removal spell. It's pretty interesting. Mob Monday was earlier. You did miss it, yes. But it'll go up on YouTube later today. Alright, so we're going to Archaeologist, hopefully not mill our Skater Bitters. Milled over. And get Stern Lesson. Sure. And O3 is perfectly serviceable here. get Urza in play and get the Sternless and Urza Power Stones going. Yeah, I think it's like wanted like another big artifact too, honestly. Epic Confrontation to kill my freaking O3. You got it, friend. Dead. One dead O3. Alright, land Power Stone Prodigy. The question is, if they attack, do I block next turn? Could have like Giant Growth, Disfigure. Alright, never mind. Cohort makes the job easy for us. Epic Confrontation, indeed. Yeah, we're just gonna say go. I guess this only works once a turn. So I should probably Stern Lesson now, and then loot on their turn for 2 Power Stones. Favorite new Elish Norn art? I don't know offhand, honestly. Be totally honest. Yeah, I'm gonna play this now. Alright, but I drew a lot of lands. So I'm actually not discarding an artifact anyway. Sure, whatever. Alright, discard a land. That's a lot of freaking lands. Alright. And say go. And I get to Urza, discard Courier, make a Power Stone, cast Jugs next turn. Iron Crusher. This game's getting a little scary, I'm not gonna lie. We could block and trade here. So we already have Lesson to loot. And we have a lot of lands though. Otherwise, next turn we're playing Jugs. This can't block this well anyway. I'm just gonna block. This kind of sucks, but like they also don't have a white either to bring it back, so let's Urza. Draw another land? Oh man. Yeah, we might want to just discard land now, honestly. We can just use the Courier and like just use it the normal way, I suppose. The question is, do I want the Power Stone? I don't really need a Power Stone per se. Yeah, I'll discard a land. Alright, so trade here. Untap, we can go Jugs and Courier. Draw Bulwark. Sure. They have a trick to win the Courier, the Crusher Juggernaut combat step. What are we gonna do? You know, we have more blockers, we have more things to do. I think Juggernaut dying is not really the end of the world, you know. Next turn we have Lesson and Bulwark. Try and find all Skitters. Sprite's in. No blockers for that. That's a downside, I suppose. Alright. The hesitant attack here makes me think that I have a trick. If they do, so be it. Pumps itself? That's weird. Why not pump the Sprite? Oh, it has to pump itself, sure. Alright. I mean, you got a trick, you got a trick. What do you want from me? You got a trick. Sure. Another Bulwark. Alright, let's cast Stern Lesson. Oh my god!
Somebody's playing a prank.
My deck is only lands and Stern Lessons. Alright, discard a land. Play a land, play Bulwark, say go, and I can like at least I can block and sack Courier. Yeah. Or play second Bulwark actually. Actually, that's even better. Play second Bulwark. Because then I can block the Crusher, so. Woo! Come on. Help me out here. We have 19 cards left. We'll find Skitter Beam at some point. It's in there somewhere. Skitter Beam Battalion. Weld back Courier. I mean Cohort. I do have a lot of spells left also. That's good. Right, it's a pretty easy block here. Excellent trade. A Bulwark for a freaking Iron Claw Crusher. We draw our own Cohort, which is pretty good. We're going to Lesson first and see what's up. Dragon Engine? Okay. I mean, we can Cohort. We're still going to block the Sprite, which is kind of scary, actually, but Engine and Juggernaut do end the game pretty quick. Let's play a land, so they go. We can Surveil or draw off Courier. The Giga Chad. The chattiest of Chads. Another Sprite. Shit. Took the Mutt back. Wow, really? In for 2. Do I want to draw or surveil? We have 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mana next turn for our engine. 10 mana is enough to... 16 cards. We're still only 6% to draw a Skitter Beam. Huh. I'm going to surveil. Hold on. I can draw next turn. I can surveil next turn also. I can draw off this next. I'm just going to draw, actually. I guess I can just draw again, so. Draw a card. We draw. Oh!
Oh, it's Lightning Helix! Oh my god!
Skitter Bitters! We just do it, right? I'm in. Let's go. Woo!
Good lord. Gigantic.
Tax that. Boom, boom, boom. Not this one, though. That's a bad trade. So, yeah, sure. In. The frickin' battalion is here.
We are the Borg.
Try to block one of them? Sure. The real deal is gone, but the copies remain. We say go. Really? Pizarro? Just type in Q for charge. Should come up. They're going to reanimate the Crusher. Oh, it's a 4-6. That's pretty big. We're good here. We're good here. Conscripted Infantry. That blocks the Sprite, which is great, too. Unfortunately, we can't really attack anymore because of the Crusher. But I can go Engine. I can't play Engine and... I actually just play... No, Jugs doesn't work either. Play Jugs and Infantry. Jugs and Infantry actually works because then I can play... now I have a blocker for Sprite. And I can play Unearth Jugs again next turn. That's pretty good, actually. Let's do that. Let's go Jugs. And Infantry. And we'll just say go. Next turn's the big attack. Land 6.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
This is the first time I played against a Wormcoil, honestly. It's funny because I think Wormcoil is honestly not even like that unbeatable in this format. Every color except for red has a good common answer. Pacifism, the blue pacifism, the black spell exiles, and the green has an exiling card too. But currently we do not have an answer, nor do we have one in our deck, right? We do not, no. And then we just play Jugs too, so like the Jugs has to attack. This is the actual stone cold worst. All right. That's about as bad as it gets. Draw Unleash Shell. Oh my god, this sucks. I guess like we get to shell the Wormcoil and at least do some damage to it. So we can like trade Juggernaut and Wormcoil, deal some damage, and then try to beat the 3/3s. This is like pretty beatable, I think. We can win this game. Yeah, like without drawing Shell is probably the best possible draw we have, because now we can at least kill the Wormcoil and get some damage in. So Shell costs 5. We have 5 left over. I think I like Courier to draw also. Courier draw. Shell first. Why would I shell first? Trawler is actually... Oh, man. We're one short of Trawler and shelling. God, that sucks. Alright. I have Skitter Beam, Bulwark. Actually, I don't have anything really good there anyway, so... Alright, move to combat. This has to attack. No other attacks? No. They block the Wormcoil. I shell it. And then... They take 4 trample damage, but they gain 6. And I think we're actually just beating this Wormcoil straight up right now, I think. Like, if they have like an emergency weld or something like that to get it back, sure, probably can't beat 2. I think beating 1 is pretty reasonable. It's 11 to 12. It's not going to be easy to win this game, but These also have a mana cost, too. So when these die, I get back things with Trawler, too. That's actually insane. So here's a cohort again. And we also have the engine to kill and to win in the air, too. I'm gonna bin that. Rock. Rock's good, too, actually. So this costs how much? Leaves 2 mana left over. Sure. Form Coil is printed today. It would cost 10 mana. Why? I think it would cost 5 mana. Power creep. Come on. They power creep everything. So now I have an engine which kills in literally like a turn or two. We have 2 jugs and Trawler as well. They can attack with the Crusher and pump the Lifelinker for a little extra stuff, but... Seems pretty binary here. Like, I have an engine. Can you kill it or no? They have a Rust Goliath. Oh, they're deciding they're going to play it for big or small. This isn't good, though. Because, like, they play Goliath. They can chump block the thing for a turn. But, I guess they can't cast it for 10. So, all right. Sure. So, yeah. Here's the lifelink plan as projected. So, they have a 7-3. It's a pretty easy block here. And then I guess we got to block this with these. So we're going to lose one of our Skitter Beams, which sucks for our Trawler. I think it's fine, though. I'm not sure why they played that first, honestly. This would have been a very scary blocking step if they hadn't emptied their hand first, but... This can pump and eat the craw. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I screwed up. Well, that's why, like, if they didn't play this first, like, I never blocked with this, ever. Probably why I didn't consider it, but... You're correct. Okay, so they're at 19 now. We want to play Trawler, Courier, and Rock. Play everything, I guess. I mean, I gotta see how many pumps I have, too, I guess. Play this, and the Rock. I can pump once, so attack with this. I don't know if I played that first, I guess, but sure, whatever. A little sloppy, it's fun. The Sprite, it can be a problem, but we're 11 with a colored creature to block with, so, like, it's not really the end of the world. We're winning the race here by, like, a lot. They're going to jump it. Sweet. That scares me a little. Like, what are they drawing to if they're happy jumping there? All right, let's play Courier and say go. Even if they kill this, I think that the Trawler plus Jugs and the Skitter Beam might be good. Alright, pretty good draw. Sure. Spider off the top, no cards in hand. We do get to return a Jugs, though. Scrap Trawler's been awesome, too. It is Spider Monday. Alright, none of their attacks are great. We have a Rock. Rock, unfortunately, trades with this guy with the Spider, but... And now Jugs can Trawler down to the cohort, too, which is great. We have 6 cards left. That's great, too. I think we're going to beat this Worm Coil, folks. Alright, so... It's funny, we almost want the Skitter Beam to die, too. So we can just get back our other Juggernaut. Oh, I'm sorry. This gets back to Dragon. This costs 9. This costs 8. Holy shit. Alright, so... Let's jam. Flyer and this thing. So if this thing dies... It's got a weird interaction, too, because, like... It has most tokens don't have a mana cost. This one does, because it's a exact copy. Oh, yeah. Let's go. Oh, kill your stuff. Get my stuff back. Trawler gets back Dragon. They can gain 7 here, which is real, honestly. It's a real thing. We have 5 cards left. I need to be aware of that. Say go. I might not surveil. My deck is currently a desk, a mechanic, a mutt, and 2 lands. It's almost worthless, honestly. My deck is almost worthless. It'll be the longest episode of all time, honestly. Alright, and then we get to untap. Draw a mutt. Okay. We're going to play Jugs. None of their blocks are great. Yeah, just play Jugs. Want to cast the Rock too. So no pumps. So when Jugs dies, I get back the Cohort, which is cool. Pump the Sprite, sure. Oh yeah, come on. Do I even block here, actually? Hold on. I can block and kill it, but I lose my flyer. But I guess, like, over the next few turns, this could kill me. I have 4 cards left. Does this kill me faster? Yeah, it does. So, alright, I'll block. Also, I want to, see, the Rock. Dragon is 5. We have 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 mana. Engine pumps 6 times. Engine attacks for 11. This is fine. The fear is that, like, if they kill the engine, that I can't win anymore. But I have like Jugs coming out of my ears. So get a token, untap, draw Foundry, sure. We're gonna go land. Mutt Lutame, yeah. We have 3 cards left. I don't want to unearth Jugs. If they kill this, I can get Jugs back. I think it's just a huge pump turn, honestly. Just like have lethal in 2 turns. Alright, so pump. In some games today, right? The longest wrath of all time. Pump. Pump. They don't matter for Cohort. They go to 8. Trawler gets back. Cohort. Cast Cohort. Setting up to Alpha next turn with double Jugs. Alright, folks. Another game winning with only 3 cards left or whatever. 1 card left. Yes!
After it was all over, we took us in the house and served us pancakes.
So much work today with this scrappy, crappy deck. Yeah, it's good. We can keep this. Haywire Might. Makes me less inclined to cast Desk on turn 1, honestly, but I'm going to. Time to retire. We lost round 1, so. Haywire Might, Mind Worker. They're coming in, honestly. Just Mechanic here, I guess. Mechanic just blocking is pretty good here, honestly, so. Might and no green currently. Blue-white. We just block here. Yeah, just whatever. Just block, take our Thopter, no problem. Our card quality is already really high, so. Later, my friend. Hope your lunch is delicious. Looking forward to lunch myself. Vanguard. We can Mutt. Trawler's got nothing. We could Lesson, too. Honestly, we could just, like, Lesson, discard Mutt, set up for a big play. It might even just get mini skitters, honestly. Do I want to block the Might with the Thopter? I guess I do. I'm going to go land. I'm just going to land, Lesson, go. And then we'll discard Mutt. Also, discarding Mutt's better for Trawler, too, so just like go. There's your green. And the Recon Thopter, sure. Sure. Lesson. What's the lesson plan? Jugs and Dragon Engine? Whew, that's some big stuff. Interesting. So we get a, I wonder if I kill my desk here, honestly. Scrapwork Mutt. Scrapwork Mutt. The plan was to discard Mutt, but then I drew two huge things. Although I do want to have a thing in the graveyard for Trawler. I guess I'll discard the Mutt. Discard Mutt. Get a power up the thingy. Will they kill my desk? No. So now I get the desk for a something. And then also have desk in the bin for my Trawler. So what's desk? See what turns up. Infantry or land. Infantry is actually pretty good here, but I just want the land. Our hand's too chunky to not want the land. So we go land. And now I can go Dragon Engine as a prototype. Or just play Scrap Trawler. I might even just play Scrap Trawler and just trade, honestly. And just trade with the Vanguard. Just to get my value. They have like so few cards in hand that I think our biggest goal here is just to not die. So yeah, let's play Trawler. Play Trawler, say go. Leave back Thopter to block Thopter. Trawler to block Vanguard. Trawler gets back probably desk, I would think. And like we each have like some good blockers, some flyers. This thing only kills non-creature artifacts or enchantments. Also on Bulwark to block? I don't think so. It spends my mana better too. That's pretty good. A Dissonant? No? Yes, no, yes. I just don't think we need, like last game we needed Trawler to get us like a shitload of value to win the game. I don't think we do. We actually need that this game. I think our goal in this game is just to not die, basically. Get the desk. It's like, it was really good value, you know? Okay. We have land. We have, like, desk jugs or leave up the rock. They play an artifact, they can attack through my thing, but I just like jugs here. Just get jugs on the board, start attacking. Let's play jugs. Play desk. Say go. Hold back the Thopter. They play an artifact and pump up their Thopter. Whatever, we take a hit. It's fine. And we're also working out the Skitter Beam, which is nice too. We have 6 mana. This is the 7th mana. We got desk to try and find some lands. So this is fine too. They're going to kill the desk. Sure. At this point, the desk has given us enough value. Now it's just, it's exiled, it's gone, sure. And they just say go. They got nothing. They just got stone nothing. Alright, so... yeah, ship it. Here comes the jugs. I actually am going to attack with the Thopter too, because I'm going to leave up my rock. I can just block the Thopter with the rock, so... take a bunch, play Courier, say go. Again, pretty obvious rock, but we'll see if they fall into it or not. Urza, Prince of Krug. This gives all artifact creatures you control +2/+2. Create token, it's a copy of an artifact you control, except it's a 1/1 soldier or creature types. Sure. I'm still blocking here. I want this thing out of play. Yeah. Otherwise, they can copy it on their turn. They're actually not going to attack. Look at that discipline. Now, Urza is kind of scary because they can make a Thopter every turn. That triggers the Dissonant. So, a little more inclined to want to end this game sooner rather than later. 5, 6, 7. We're 2 mana away from Skitter Beam. We have the Lesson, and Lesson will draw land probably. So, let's just Lesson first, actually. Let's see what we draw. Courier, and then another Jugs. I think I like discarding Jugs here, actually, because I want to just be able to unearth it for lethal. So I can't cast it this turn. And I might just Courier draw, so I want to find that land for Skitter Beam. I guess I have a Courier in play that can draw, but Mutt is not bad either. All right, let's attack. Sure. So now that's dead, they can't copy with Urza, so the Mana Snake is gone, which is good. And then we are going to Let me just draw with Courier to start. Try and find those lands. If I draw a land, I can go Bulwark and Courier, so... Cool. Land, Bulwark, Courier. With Skitter Bitters ready to go. A rare, timely Skitter Beam. Exactly 9 mana.
Make a little noise here, huh? Come on, I can't hear you! Just when I was out, they pulled me back in.
That's a large Crusher. It's a pretty large Crusher, honestly. To be totally fair. Alright. Crusher does stop my Jugs. Huh. I need to pump the brakes here for a second, honestly. Skitter Bitters is, let's see, we play Skitters, attack. They're all 4/4s. I guess it's just like lethal across a bunch of creatures. So we'll lose a creature to the Iron Crusher. They gotta block other stuff too. So if I go land, Skitter Beam, attack with everything. The Iron Craw blocks a 4/4. And the rest of the blocks are just terrible. Yeah, sure, this is fine. Alright, sure, let's just do it. Skitters. Combat. Attack, attack, attack. Attack. I'm gonna leave a Courier back.
We are the Lord.
Okay then, never mind. Maybe the other Courier should attack too, but whatever, we'll take it. And that's music to my ears. I haven't heard that song in a long time. Platinum Tier 3, thank God. Desk, Archaeologist, Jugs, Engine, sure. Hopefully Archaeologist does not mill over my my Skitters. Lunch breaking, sweet. I misclicked as a non-believer has been called in chat. I don't believe you. Non-believers. Look at this. Some fellow says I accidentally bet on yes instead of no. I believe you. I believe you. Desk, desk. We're doing the thing. We're trying. I mean, let's not count our chickens there or whatever, but... Alright. Don't mill Skitter Beam. Rock, Artifact, Cohort. It's funny because, like, this is no value, really, but... Bad poll was worded weird. Alright. I mean, I guess we're in a desk here. We have, like, some big... things like, what if my desk can hit Skitter Beam? Or, like, some big thing I can't cast, you know? Maybe we just cast the engine as a 1/3. Yeah, I don't love it, but... This way I can still Skitter as a 5-drop if I hit it next turn. Might have a counter here too, honestly, but... Flying to Orlando for Christmas? Sweet. Hoping for a nice, quiet Christmas. Giant Cindermaw. Just an absolutely gargantuan 3-drop. Alright, so we're going to desk now. We hit Stern Lesson Combat Courier. Sweet. Take the lesson. Let's go land. We can cast this on their turn too, so attack for 1. We're taking 4 here, I guess, but I'll happily trade Jugs for this next turn, so. Alright, so go. This card is a Lesson in Rate. 4th retable for 3 is pretty freaking good. Spotter Thopter, sure. ETB Scry 2. I think this card's pretty mopey, honestly. We're going to go top, bottom. Yep, alright, so give me a lesson. There's Skitters. And, like, usually Archaeologists can block every 3-drop in the format, but not this one. Are we going big on Skitters? I think we are. We have 2, 4, 6. We have 7 mana already. And a desk, too. Yeah, so we're going to go just play Jugs here. Is it Jugs and Courier? I think so, honestly. Let's go land. Jugs. I should attack first. I'm going to block, too. Sure. Just say go. Just say go. We got card advantage, things to build up to. That hurts. I might need to triple block this this Great Maw, honestly, or Cinder Maw, whatever. Which is not ideal, but we can't just keep taking 4. It only kills one thing. I'm actually not gonna attack. It's cool. All right, so let's desk. Let's desk and draw. Unearthing Juggernaut's not very good here. I'm gonna be greedy on Skitter Beam too. So, Mob Monday was this morning. It'll be up on YouTube later. It was just historic, like good stuff goblins, like the best historic goblin deck that I have. Mountain or Mountain, the illusion of choice. Play this, and just gonna say go. I'd rather block than attack for 3, so just say go. Queue up in day 2. I did badly. My money was pretty good, but you know, you just lose sometimes. It happens. The VOD is up on Twitch, and the video will be bonus content on YouTube. They reveal a Chanter and a land. We have 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're almost there on Skitters. They get the Chanter, sure. Now we have better blocks on Cindermaw too, so. Mightstone's animation. That's pretty good, honestly. This is not that bad, though, because I can still double block this thing and kill it, and then block this and draw a card, which I plan on doing anyway, so. This card's great, honestly. I could block with everything and pump the dragon and trade. That doesn't work, actually, because then they would kill 2 things anyway, so let's block and draw. Third Path Savant. Alright. Stern Lesson. Alright. So Skitter Beam's next turn. We're gonna just lesson here. Try and learn our lesson. Draw a Mutt and a Thopter Mechanic. Those work. Actually, that does not work well, because it will not be the second card that I draw. Even if I draw a card after playing it, it's kind of annoying. We got 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. We need 9 mana. I think we just dump the Mud here. Or no, I don't dump the. Because we want that 9th mana. Oh, I Power Stone. No, you're right. I forgot. So 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right. So we dump a land here. And now I can go Mutt Savant. I don't think I want to discard a card to Mutt. But I can play Mutt off Power Stone. Savant blocks a little better, toughness-wise. Yeah, I'm going to go land Savant. I'm going to Mutt, just not discard. So, setting up defensively for my my Skitters next turn. Our blocks are pretty good this turn, honestly. Savant living and drawing cards is pretty sweet too, honestly. But if they attack all here, I'm going to be forced into a spot where I have to block, I think. So, we'll see. Let's see what they do, honestly. They have this desk in the graveyard too, so like, will they decide to use the desk or not? Not really sure. They're gonna subjugate the 1/4. I guess like they don't want to subjugate this. I'll solve the ability. I'm gonna block with this. I'm gonna trade the Savant for the Cindermaw. We have enough things to do with our mana. I don't think we need the Savant, and I can't take 8 here, so this is fine. Hyper aggressive on the freaking thing. They killed. Oh, they killed both. I'm sorry, I'm bad at math. That's still fine though. Yeah, I should have blocked this. I screwed up, honestly. I don't know why I thought that one of those was going to live, but it didn't, so whatever, it's fine. It's Skitter's time. They're at 18, we're at 12. I'm pretty sure we just whack them. And I'm going to leave back Engine to block, just in case. 7, 8, 9. Just in case they have like a haste creature or something like that. I can still block and survive and kill them next turn, so let's go.
Oh my god, Becky.
Yeah, I'm going to leave this back as a safety valve. I can just jump block if things go horribly wrong. And that 1 damage probably isn't going to matter. Because I have jugs in the bin too, so. That's fun, yeah. These are thematic opposite. That's pretty cool. I didn't really realize that. That's fun. A little storytelling in the cards. Cool. Play Chanter. I guess they didn't play the Chanter they got last time. It's weird. Tell me more. And a mutt. Okay, so they look pretty dead. We still have jugs in the bin too, so they discard a horned stone. Their deck seems better. Their deck is like ours, but better, but we're just like winning, so we'll take it. You know? The 4/4 is coming in. No, it's not. Get out of here. Don't lie to my face. Don't say things you don't mean.
You look terrible.
Alright, so this is a Leroy turn, right? Just go land, jugs, Leroy. Then I have mechanic back if things go horribly wrong somehow. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Keep the change, you filthy animal.
Alright. I can't believe we're rocking and rolling here. It's been so long. Remember, folks, we're brought to you by Colas Apparel. ColasApparel.shop. Best magic apparel out there and even close. Super comfortable, super high quality. Stickers, great designs. Check it out. ColasApparel.shop. Again, promo code Jim10, 10% of order. ColasApparel.shop. And also, Cube for Charity. Check that out.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
That's right. Vintage Holiday Cube season, which means it's time for year 4 of Cube for Charity. Once again, Jim Davis has assembled a squad to try and take down Cube Master J-Bro in a 48-hour scramble to accumulate the most Vintage Cube trophies and raise money for charity. Defending champion Jonathan Brostoff and his team are sponsored by Mana Traders. I'll be playing for the charity Doctors Without Borders, while challenger Jim Davis and his team are sponsored by Card Hoarder. I'll be playing for the charity Trans Lifeline.
Round 4.
It all gets started late on December 26th and runs to December 28th. Sooner on Twitch.tv. Enjoy the show and donate to some great causes. There you go. Cube for Charity. Hands great. Keep. Great to stretch. Hands fine. Keep. Playing mulligans? We're playing against actual Mother of Runes. Channel rewards to cancel a poll? That's a little, I think that would annoy many more people than it would benefit, you know? Planes. Survivor of Corliss. Okay. We can beat it at 1-1. Unless they have like the Nut Soldier deck. Sigil of Valor? Okay, a little scarier, but sure. So I think we engine here. It's just a good blocker. And we can lessen next turn if we don't draw land. Prototype.
We have technology.
Yeah, Mother of Runes playing a white 1-1. The Medic. Medic plus Sigil is very good. We don't draw land. Alright. Let's lessen. Discard Courier. Maybe I discard a Juggernaut, actually. If I could draw a card with Courier next turn, if I miss a land drop again. Nah, let's discard Courier, it's fine. Alright, and then we're gonna say go. Medic plus Sigil is very good. We don't really have a good answer to this. Like, we can unleash Shell the Medic, but like, you know, it's like a common 3-drop. Oh my god, they're just like a freaking theme deck. Oh, we're dead. Oh god. Oh god. Alright. Here comes the Medic. Now we gotta kill the medic. We have no choice. We draw land. All right, so we're just gonna kill this with Unleash Shell, and not be like thrilled about it. But both these equipments are pretty nasty, honestly. Yeah, I just gotta kill this. I can't let them have a trigger for me too, so let's kill this now. Alright, they equip an attack. I can't block. Alright, so we have double jugs, which is pretty good, obviously. It's funny, I kinda wanna draw like a shitter. Just like a random crappy like blocking creature. They have a troll head. They play Thran Power Suit. Oh my god.
Somebody's playing a prank on
Alright,
me.
I need my chump blocky cards, like my token makers, because they're actually power suiting me. And they're playing friggin' Boggles. There we go, perfect. That's what we needed. Alright, so our mana's so awkward. Can I take, I guess that doesn't even do anything by itself, right? So I'll say 5 next turn, whatever. I'm gonna play Jugs. If I play Jugs, though, they can just like leave it back on defense, but I guess I have my Trawler then, which is fine, so. Yeah, I'm going to, I can also rock, too. Jug is weird, because, like, you kind of want to play Jugs, like, as fast as you can, just so you can start attacking. But they could just leave it back to block. This is a 3-2 that makes a... Oh, this is the other one. This is the bad 3, the bad 3 drop. Just a 3-3. That blocks Jugs. I make a Power Stone that I can guarantee Mechanic plus Jugs next turn. Yeah, I'll do that, I guess. So, alright. Yeah, so making the Power Stone guarantees Jugs plus Mechanic. And Mechanic's 2 blocks on this. I have a lot of cards that make tokens, so... And then Trawler can also bring back jump blockers as well. I think we're pretty well situated to just like jump block this for a really, really long time. Is there a trample trick in green? I don't think there is. It's red, right? It's a tense final game here. I guess if we lose, we still want one more shot, but... Alright, here's Sigil. It's a 6-4. Now it's going to be a 7-4. Gaia's Gift gives trample. That's the one green trick. Ooh, that's I mean, if we have that, we just lose. I can't do anything about it, so. Here's a rock. Audacity also gives trample. You're right. I mean, these are cards we can't currently beat. It is what it is. Yeah, I mean, this is like +1/+1. It's whatever, you know. We draw a desk. Desk is cool. Alright, just Mechanic Jugs. Get our chump block on. Audacity! Please don't. I was kidding. Can't you take a joke? This is the meanest survival of Corliss I have ever seen. What the... Alright, actually wasn't that bad, because it actually doesn't matter at all. Because this thing being bigger doesn't matter, and this didn't get big enough to kill my Jugs, so this is like fine. But yeah, Clay Champions here. Yeah, well, it literally did change nothing. They basically just played a 4-2-2. Alright, so untap and draw land. Now I can go Jugs Trawler, which is pretty good. Right, Jugs Trawler, yeah, Jugs Trawler. This thing costs 3. If I block with this, it would return Combat Courier, which might actually be pretty... I mean, then if this thing attacks, this thing is block also. Let's start with this. Alright. No, another medic. And a main phase trooper, sure. Engine will not return Jugs. It costs 3. This is prototyped. Hold on. They can move the pants to the medic next turn. They're at 11. Rock. Yeah, we do need to close the gap before they can like find a way to kill us. So, I mean, we have rock to block. They gotta block the jugs. Just leave this back actually. Creature origin story, sure. Wow, they're giving us the medic. It's so awesome. All right. Trawler gets back the courier, and now I have courier, desk, and rock. Yeah, I think I agree that was a mistake on their part. Now I have rock, and then I have end step desk, and I have double jugs too. 5, 6, 7, 8. They would have had a really large lifelinker. Yeah, that probably cost them the game there. Honestly, I mean, I could like block with courier, sack it, do some like tricky stuff like that. But I'm sorry. C492B was a friend of Bomac Courier, but he was always the lesser friend, realistically, and he knew it. He just tried to live his best little life the best he could, understanding that sometimes your friends end up being rares and you end up being commons, and that just is what it is, and that's okay. It's okay to be different. So they're moving stuff around. They're at 9. They look pretty dead to me, honestly, so. Here comes the paratrooper. So, need to block with the flyer. I'll block with the engine. I'll sack courier first, too. I can't sack courier and... I sack the desk, though. I could sack that. Man, scrap trawler's the nut. Alright, so... We'll take the courier, right? Yeah, take the courier. And we're gonna block with this thing. Get back to desk. And we're going to play rock. So we have 2 rocks attacking. They get to move some equipment back. They seem pretty dead, though, honestly. I got to do the math next turn. First strike kills jugs, so... Let's see. I need to think here a second. So we have... This blocks this blocks jugs. It's not enough. We're actually exactly 1 short. We do want to not die to our removal spell on a flyer. I'm not sure if we can afford to play around that, though. 5 power first striker takes this off the table. I mean, it's funny. Skitters would do it. Just like a regular Skitters. I go like this and draw Skitter Bloom. Skitter Boom, whatever. Death Stress better than Lesson? It's the same thing. Oh, I'm sorry. No, you're right. It's less mana. You're right. I was thinking of the flashback. Let's desk. Taste the Painbow for the trophy! Just mountains. Once again, the illusion of choice. If I lesson now, I can still hit it if I lesson. So, here we go, folks. Skitters for the win. Nope. Alright. Cohort's not bad either, though. So, alright. I mean, we need to leave back a flying blocker. We died of his paratrooper. So, but now we can also double jugs next turn, too. So I think we're fine. Hold on. Maybe we leave both rocks back and play around our removal spell. Because I have double jugs next turn anyway. And I have the cohort this turn as well. Can we afford to play around our removal spell here? Because if they don't have their removal spell, we still win next turn by like a lot, right? They have 2 blockers. We have 10 trample, a bunch of shitters. Cost 6 to bring back. Oh wait, hold on. Oh, I am 1 short. You're out. I was counting as 5. All right, if I draw a kill spell, whatever, we lose. It's fine. I'm not gonna look. All right, we're gonna go to their turn, and I'm not gonna look. Everything's gonna be fine. Wait, did I just punt? Oh, I just punted. Oh my god, I just punted. Holy shit.
That's it. I'm going to clown college.
I forgot it was 1 creature attacking, not 0. It was 1 or 0, not 2 or 1.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Okay. Yeah, I screwed up. I was just talking a lot, and yeah, well done, the Bronze and Mythic. Yes, obviously I just punted and I threw the game away. I didn't mean to do that. I mentally, the decision was to attack with 0 or attack with 1, and my brain just sort of like wired that into attack with 1 or attack with 2, and I decided to attack with the higher number, and unfortunately I chose 2 instead of 1. So that sucks. That's a game we literally couldn't lose, but yeah, all right, sure. All right, I'm making it exciting. We're going to the last match. Grab a Snickers. All right, Ant's great keep. We're good. No problems. Not worried. 7 wins right now. I'm gonna stop talking and focus on the game. We're gonna hold the courier for lesson. So let's play desk. Draw a nice 2-drop here. Air Marshal. That's a little scary. Draw a rock. Now I'm actually gonna play the courier. We don't want to get cheesed out, and I'm super happy blocking this. I got a scout in chat. Snaggbash says I just played this person, or folks, person, we don't know who his opponent is. D Soldier deck, saw no rares. Great. Alright, yeah, I'll play Courier just to go. Pretty good blockers here, so Magic and Abachi. Oh, Abachi sounds so good. Love Abachi. Wow. All right. Love it. That's their whole turn. The question, Raymond, is do I desk? Because obviously we have some pretty big things I can hit that we can't play. But it's pretty mana efficient. I don't think so. I want to guess infantry, I think. So, Dragon Engine? Sure. I mean, Engine blocks this, actually. Actually, that's actually pretty good. I'll just play Engine. Just like a blocker for this flyer. Alright, let's go. We have infantry, lesson, rock. Desk is now on the table. Tactician. That's hella rude. Alright, sure. Unleash Shell. That's pretty good, too. I need a land, though. I think we desk for a land now. Yeah. We hit Courier land. Sure. So play land. Play infantry, and next turn we shell the tactician. Alright, so go. Alright, tense. Want to see a How to Vintage Cube video? I've read that. I have an article about How to Cube. It's on Cool Stuff Inc. I've created a lot of tension for myself. I'm not gonna lie. We had the game, and now we punted, so we already feel bad. And now we're playing against what looks like a pretty good deck for our 7th win with our kind of sketchy deck. Here's a Cavalry too. Oh my god. Man, they've been ahead of the curve literally every goddamn turn. Every turn they're 1 power too big to block. Unbelievable. All right. I'm gonna chump. We're gonna shell this next turn, but we're still in pretty big doo-doo. All right. Another rock. Rock's pretty good. I'm gonna kill this now so they can't play a trick. All right. Yeah. So we say go. Next turn, rock plus engine can block the cavalry. I'm worried, I'm not gonna lie. I tell you all not to be worried, but I am worried right now. Witch Doc! Reset, thanks so much. No flying. Snap block. Tricks. Zephyr Sentinel. Oh my god, their deck's good. Alright. That sucks. Alright, that's bad. Now we're 12, and they can recast this thing too. Yeah, it's a pretty big doo-doo. Their deck's like actually good. Oh no. Actually good is not fair. Remember, folks, they. We don't know who's behind the screen over there, right? Always they. It's very simple. Easy to do. Yeah, we're in big trouble. Yeah. Let's just say go, I guess. This is on the ground. They have to be flying. Yeah, just say go. We don't really deal with these flyers super well, unfortunately. And we only have one removal spell. So, like, the problem is that, like, our deck's really good at gumming the ground up and getting to the big stuff, but if it's all flyers all the time, oh come on. Gotta put it on top, I guess. I mean, we're almost there to casting it again because of the rocks as the big thing too. I'm nervous. I'm nervous. I'm nervous. Turn the page. Watch top, come on!
Inconceivable!
Who tops? Alright, make a Power Stone trade. We're 9. We can't prototype and rock. I guess we can. We can't desk and rock either. We can lessen and draw a land, but that's like pretty sketch because we have to discard a spell probably. If I desk, I can try and find a land. Because the idea is to desk, find a land, play a rock, and then untap, play a full-size dragon engine. Alright. Alright, that's actually pretty good for us. It's possible I should just cast this in my main phase, honestly, because, like, it's obvious that I have it. They might have a counterspell, but like, they could have, like, a pacifism or whatever, too, so... Alright, so the fact that they're not jumping their Marshal, I guess they play around this, but... Down to 6. This just draws 3 cards a turn. Alright, that's bad. We need some help here. I'm not gonna lie. We need some skitters, I think. This is 7, 8. I should attack first, probably, but that's why I topped, yeah. I'm gonna attack. I should attack first. I'm trying to close this game out. I want it to be so if I draw Skitter Beam, I have a chance to win the game. So and I'm going to hold this land for less than I think. So this card is basically just like whenever you bottom a card, you can exile it and play it this turn, and you scry 2 every upkeep. So you just like bottom both cards. You can play both of them, obviously. So bottom, and they exile a repost and a recommission. Jesus. I guess this is pretty bad offensively though, so they can kill my infantry, but whatever. That's actually not that bad. They can play the Sentinel back as a 4/3 flyer, but as long as I can't get through my engine. This is a tap creature, not an attacker or blocker too, so. Oh, you can play the cards anytime. All right, sure, yes. It just draw. It basically it's a lot of words to just say draw 3 cards a turn, basically. Recommission the Sentinel, sure. Yeah, just 6-mana artifact, draw 3 a turn. They could have bounced the Cavalry and like put a new counter on something. Sure. I mean,
Certainty of death? Small chance of success. What are we waiting for?
alright. Let's teach them a lesson. This is penance for punting that last match. Arena's like, nah, you ain't winning this match, Fred. Sorry. We can't have that, can't have that one on the resume. Alright. Courier. Draw. Oh, teach me a lesson. Punish me. I've been bad. I've been a bad Magic player. Alright. We deserve this, obviously. It's not, like, I'm not even mad, honestly. Alright. You can't punt matches if you want to do well. Like in a tournament, in a draft. If you want to get 7 wins, you want to top 8 a tournament, you can't afford to punt. You know, you just can't do it. So they hit a Kayla's command and an island. All I got out of the scouting report here was no rares. Just saying. They can put a counter on the Sentinel. They do disenchant also. Come on. Alright, whatever. Alright, we're dead. They got us. Yeah, so unfortunately we had 7 wins and we threw it in the garbage by accident. It happens. I mean, obviously streaming is difficult. I'm not gonna make excuses for myself, but you know, I do occasionally get distracted, and it happens. So, but this deck's good. Definitely a good deck. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Sure. I mean, we're still alive technically, I suppose, but if we draw a Skitter Beam. We're still not there. Scrap Trawler. All right, you got us. All right, so I'm sorry to the believers. I let you down. I am very, very sorry. Thankfully, though, we timed our losses well, so we didn't rank. We ranked up 5 full notches this draft. So let's hop on to untap.gg as always and take a little look at our stats. For a 6-3, I'll take 6-3 at this point. Honestly, we've not been doing too well in this format, so 6-3 is certainly acceptable. So there's your prizes. Hop on over to untap.gg where we track all of our games for free. Download it for yourself using the Untapped command. 6-3. And this deck was honestly it performed a lot better than I thought it would. I think our opponents didn't curve out a ton. It's weird, like, our opponents didn't curve out that much. We also didn't play Coastal Bulwark on turn 2 very often either, which is like our anti-curve out card. And we actually had like 4, we had 5 2-drops, 3 of which are very good defensively. Almost all of them are, honestly. And then our lessons were great. Ursa's pretty good. We did a pretty good job. And we had some shitters in here for sure. But Trawler was great. We definitely were relying on our rares a little bit. But because of the Stern lessons and all the looting and stuff, we found our rares pretty consistently at well. So, yeah, we'll take it. Episode 14 in the book, sponsor Mythic. Episode 15 is coming up, but you two folks love you. Like, comment, subscribe, and you're all great.